gold medal champion. And that is the latest national and international news from World Report. Remember, for news anytime, go to our website, cbcnews.ca. I'm John Northcott. This is CBC News.
Good morning. I'm Ismail Alf, and you are listening to Fresh Air on CBC Radio 1. Let's take a look at temperatures right now across Ontario. In Toronto, it is 15 and clear. In Windsor, it's 11 degrees and clear. Looking to Sudbury, where it's 12 degrees and also clear. In Kingston, it is 12 and partly cloudy. And in Timmins, 12 degrees and cloudy. Well, coming up in this half hour of the show, a few years ago, author Mark Sakamoto's novel Forgiveness survived the debates of Canada Reads and ended up winning the title. He's now followed up on that success with a new work called Shizwe's Path. We're going to speak with Mark about why he wanted to revisit the story of what happened to his family during World War II. So that's coming up your way shortly. But first, let's check in with what our newsroom is following today with Lorraine Redicott. Good morning.
Hi there, Ismaila. We will hear from one of the people from Toronto's Ukrainian community who was out to see Ukraine's president last night. She's frustrated with the idea of there being war fatigue, given the situation that people are living in Ukraine. In Barrie, a controversial proposal from the summer that would have made it illegal to give supplies, including food and tents, to homeless people has since been amended, but advocates are still bringing it up to the United Nations to take a look at. A couple annual street events going on here in Toronto. It's Nuit Blanche. And in London, it's their annual homecoming for Western University. Officials there are warning people not to let those parties get out of hand because they could be facing some heavy fines with tickets if they do.
No, thanks so much, Lorena.
You're welcome.
It is, well, we got lots coming your way, and Lorena will be back at 7:30 with the regional news. Right now, though, let's get into a little bit of music. Happy Pride, Peterborough. Evangeline Gentle will perform as part of the celebrations there tonight. Here she is right now with Gay Bar. performs at the Peterborough Pride after party tonight. What they need is a memoir of forgiveness. Japanese-Canadian author Mark Sakamoto explored the true history of his grandparents' experiences during the Second World War, how his grandfather on his mother's side was captured and tortured by Japanese soldiers as a prisoner of war, and how his Japanese-Canadian grandmother and her family here in Canada were interned by their own government in Alberta, despite being captured again. Both grandparents learned to forgive. Mark Sakamoto's latest book also explores his family's history in Canada during that time, but this story is told from the perspective of a little girl and her grandmother during the war. It's in the form of a picture book, and it's called Shizue's Path. I spoke with Mark earlier this week about the book.
Good morning, thanks for having me.
Great to have you here. So tell us about this new book of yours, Shizue's Path.
Yeah, well, my great aunt sadly passed away, but she left behind this beautiful body of work, which, you know, quite sums up the essence of her beautiful soul as well, actually. And as I was going through her poetry and some letters that she had written to my grandmother or her children, or paintings, it really inspired me. And so I started to fit her life's journey to paper through the medium of a children's book.
So what's the story that's told here?
Yeah, well, it's there's a lot of stuff in it, and there's a lot of historical in it as well. During the Second World War, Shizue was a young girl. She was the youngest of her siblings, and she was also the most academically inclined. She was an incredibly bright human. And, you know, she, outside of her family, she lost that which was most important